I come from a place of barren landscapes and infinite skies. I come from a place of rugged mountains, imperial glaciers, and tundra-covered permafrost. I come from a place where north is where you stand and south is everywhere else. Where there are 5 seasons and no trees. Where the days last for 24 hours and the nights too. I come from a place where skyscrapers are made of ice that proudly ride winds and currents. I come from a place where the only crowds are air, sea, and land creatures that gather each year by the thousands. I come from a place where you could walk onto the ocean, and if you're lucky, beyond the horizon itself. I come from a people who have kept accounts of the early days when the world was rich and urgent and new, when unknown forces lay like pebbles to be picked by those who stumbled upon them. I come from a world where life and death walk hand in hand like giggling teenagers. I come from a land whose wisdom reminds us of our humanity. This place I come from, we call Nunavut. It means our land in Inuktitut. It's where we Inuit have thrived for more than 4,000 years. It's where we strive to realize our full potential. It's where we nurture the knowledge of who we are. But Nunavut, our land, is only as rich as it is cold. And today, most of it is melting. No, I'm sorry.
Can take time to think about it.
I can't come out and say that publicly. Besides, now that I have the government's attention, I don't want to say anything that inflames the media.
The feds are pretty pissed at you.
Good. Maybe they'll do something to help. And I'm not saying I'm personally against it, but taking a public stand on this would be political suicide.
Liana.
Besides, I can't in one breath talk about protecting the Arctic and in the other lay out a plan for dredging a channel right in the middle of it.
Equivalent of Canada shitting on its own plate,
Don't
right?
be gross. You don't intend to go public with this project while the Prime Minister is in town, do you? It would confuse the issue. Give me a few months. I'll set up a meeting for you.
You're gonna burn out.
Inuit don't burn out. We don't even have a word for that in our language. Here it is. Here it is.
Letter?
I can't believe I'm finally holding it in my hand.
That's the letter from the commission?
This is our future, Veronica.
Open it. Come on, Mom. What does it say?
It will not be possible to process your petition at present because it does not satisfy 175 pages of thoroughly researched scientific facts and first-hand witness testimonies, and it doesn't satisfy.
Mom, I'm so sorry.
I can't believe this.
Well, you did say from the beginning that it was gonna be political.
Of course it's going to be political. When you accuse a country of violation of human rights, it's nothing but political.
At least you managed to get the issue out into the open. That in itself is a huge accomplishment.
Not if it doesn't translate into concrete steps.
Well, maybe we could address the problem here in the community. Create education programs, invite people to find solutions together.
This discussion again.
Why not if we pool our resources?
Our hunters can't feed their families, Veronica. Our roads and houses are sinking. Our traditional knowledge is becoming obsolete. No number of educational programs is going to fix that.
So we're just supposed to wait for the government to come and save us. Is that it?
Let's not have this discussion again. You and I will never agree.
What are you planning to do?
I need to talk to our attorney.
You said you were going to pull back after the petition.
I said I might consider slowing down.
You said after the petition.
Maybe I said after the petition, but this isn't how I thought it was going to play out. You don't expect me to give up, do you? At the very least, I need to file an appeal.
I should have enrolled Samuel in a school down south.
What?
In Montreal or Toronto.
Samuel needs to be here. Samuel needs to be with his people.
Samuel's bored. The school doesn't challenge him enough. He spends his days in front of the TV complaining that his teachers and his friends are stupid.
Samuel is a teenager.
And a bright kid.
Well, I can tell you, a school down south is not the answer. it's like to be uprooted from your family and culture.
And it was between a father who drinks himself stupid every night and a grandmother who spends more time on jets than in her own home. Samuel doesn't have much of a family.
Look, I'll cancel a few trips. I'll take some weekends off.
You've been saying that for years.
Veronica, meet me halfway here. I've worked too hard on this. I can't quit now.
You're never gonna quit, Mom. I think that's what you don't seem to realize. You're never gonna quit.
Don't tell me the phone line is dead again.
I just can't get over the fact that you stood me up.
That this morning?
There's no excuse for that.
Why can't we get a reliable phone line in this town?
Mom!
Look, I know you're angry with me. I'm about to be interviewed live for a CBC news program.
Samuel got caught stealing gas yesterday. He and two of his friends. They're heading toward the pit at the end of the road to nowhere. I think they were gonna sniff it.
Look, let me just make this call, okay?
And then what?
And then we'll talk about it. Ha! It's working. Veronica, go!
Your grandson, Mom! Isn't that more important than some stupid thing?
Yes, it's important! Why do you think I'm so frantic all the time? I spend my days trying to figure out ways how to influence policies so Samuel doesn't become another statistic. He's the reason I get up in the morning, why I can't sleep at night. He's the reason I believe the issues we're facing need to be addressed now. Now give me the phone.
I've applied for a teaching position in Montreal.
Oh, would you stop with that ridiculous idea?
Ridiculous?
Give me the goddamn phone!
If the South was good enough for you, why wouldn't it be good
Give
enough
it to
for us?
me!
It's not like you rushed back here after all. Hello? Yes, this is Samuel's mother! Why, where is he?
What happened? Hello? Mr. Chairman, members of the Appeal Board, thank you for this opportunity to speak before the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights in defense of our petition against the United States. As we all know, average temperatures in the Arctic are rising twice as fast as in the rest of the world. Industrialized countries that do not recognize this and take action to reduce their emissions violate our basic human rights to life, health, culture. Actually, the real issue is not climate change. How warm, how cold, how much water, how much ice, which animal species will make it, which islands won't. No, the real issue has got to do with something much more fundamental. Our own humanity. So you may tell me that the world's economic survival is much more important than the well-being of a small Arctic nation. You may tell me that anxiety and fear and depression are a matter of personal choice, not of environmental stewardship. You may tell me that drug abuse and teenage suicide are by no means a sign of the degradation of the Arctic, but I am here to tell you otherwise. The real issue is not and will never be climate change. The real issue is that we have lost part of our humanity. We have lost our capacity to care. Unless we open up our hearts and embrace not just the people we love, but the people we don't know, the people we will never meet, the people not yet born. We will never value the species enough to make sure it survives. Suli isuzuhang ilak, nililang ilak, niritianek sarlika,
Kutu Mirorit, Ujulatulatu.
Hi, honey. I'm back. You don't want to talk to me? I would love to hear your voice. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I couldn't stop thinking about you. I tried to change my flight, but you know how it is. There's always one more person to talk to, one more meeting to go to, one more... How about some tea? I'm dying to have a good cup of tea to eat to motivate. The weather has been so weird all month. One day we're walking around in t-shirts, and then the next it's snowing. It feels like the whole world is out of whack. To Savinga, Inujakulak, she and the other students at school miss you. She asked me to give you this drawing. She says that Samuel Zanirinik has gone back to SILA. Veronica, say something! I'm here! That's what you wanted, isn't it? I canceled everything. The least you could do is speak to me. We did not survive for 4,000 years by throwing in the towel every time we encountered hardship. It's hard, yes, it's hard. Now get up on your feet and fight. Do something up. Get up. I'm killing it. What do you want from me? What do you want me to tell you? That I'm sorry? That I should have done things differently? That I failed you and Samuel as a mother and grandmother? Is that what you want? Paniapik, I sure not get. Don't leave me alone with this.